gorgeous off-shoulder crop top, which is also a wrap top. And what you need to put into consideration when making this is the wideness of your chest. I wear a UK size 10, so I used the 5 inches to mark my neck width. But if you're smaller than me, you can use about 4.5 to 4 inches. And if you're bigger than me, you can use 5.5 to 6 inches. And if you're really small, I think you should go for 3.5 inches and not lesser than that, and not more than 6 inches. And this tutorial will be divided into two. I'm going to make the pattern first, so that to make the video short and not too boring. And in my next tutorial, I'll be cutting and sewing the pattern. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the tutorial. Place your pattern on the fold like this and mark 1/4 of an inch at the edge, which will be the starting point. I usually do this because the paper doesn't come with straight edges. Now from the starting point, mark your shoulder to underarm. Mine is 7.5 inches, so I'm going to add 1 inch, which will give me 8.5. So I'm going to mark 8.5 right there, which will be my chest level. I'm marking it at both ends so I can get a straight line. Also from the starting point, mark your bust line. Mine is 10.5 inches, so I'm marking 10.5 inches and I'm going to connect it with a straight line like so. Also from the starting point, mark your waistline. Mine is 17 inches, so I'm going to place 17 inches and draw a parallel line like so. Now I want 19 inches for the length of my crop top. This is optional. You can make yours 17, 16, it depends on you, but I want mine to be a bit longer, so I'm making it 19 inches. So I'm going to mark 19 inches and draw a parallel line like so. Now that we have all our horizontal lines drawn out, it's time to insert all our vertical measurements. Divide your bust point, also called nipple to nipple measurement, by 2 and mark it from the length to the starting point like this. Mine is 7 inches. I divided it by 2 and it gave me 3.5. So I'm going to mark 3.5 from the length to the starting point, and I'm going to draw a straight vertical line like so. On the chest line, mark 1/4 of your bust circumference. Mine is 36, divided by 4 will give me 9 inches. So I'm marking 9 inches right here. On the waistline, mark 1/4 of your waist circumference. Mine is 32, divided by 4 will give me 8. And I'm going to add 2-inch dots, so it will give me 10. So I'm marking 10 inches right here. Now I'll be marking the 2 inches that I added on the side. So I'm going to mark 1 inch on both sides of the dots like so. Now I'm going to transfer all the measurement I took on the waist measurement. I'm going to transfer it right down to the length of my top, which is the 19 inches. So my waist dart, which is the 1 inch, I'm going to transfer it. And also I'm going to transfer the waist measurement as well. And I'll connect the lines from the bust to the waist and to the length like so with a straight line. From the bust point, I'll come up by 1 inch and come down by 1 inch just to allow for ease at the bust line. And I'm going to connect the waist dart to the 1 inch under the bust. I'm also going to extend the dart down to the length of the top like so. From the start point, I'll come down by 4 inches and I'll draw an horizontal line. This line will be my neckline. I'll mark 2 inches on the dart line right here. So it will be 1 inch on both sides, and I'll connect it to the 1 inch I marked at the upper bust. On the neckline, I measured 5 inches for the width of my neck, and since I'm going to be closing in between these two dots, I'm going to add whatever measurement I have in between the two dots on the neckline, and I'm going to add it back to the 5 inch. And I'm going to use my curved ruler to connect this point to this point to form the armhole like so. Now we're almost done with the front pattern at this stage. Open up the pattern paper and cut the center of the dart right up to the 1 inch under the bust line. And close up the upper dart right up to the 1 inch above the bust line. Use a pin to secure it so it doesn't unravel. Now transfer your horizontal line to the mirror pattern like so. Start from the length up to the chest level like this. This is the edge of the mirror pattern right here. Now measure a quarter of your waist measurement right on the waistline like so. And measure the same thing on the length and transfer it like so. A quarter of my waist measurement is 8 inches. I'm going to transfer 8 inches both on the waistline and on the length like so. And I'm going to use my straight ruler to connect it. Mark 3 inches upwards from the waistline like this and connect with a straight ruler. From the center point on the bust, go upwards by 1 inch. Now connect the 3 marks like this and cut them out. I haven't added any allowance when cutting the pattern. I'll be doing that when cutting and sewing my fabric, and that'll be my next tutorial. If you've watched this video this far, don't forget to give the video a like, and also if you've not subscribed, be sure to do so you don't want to miss out on any of the videos. Also put up your notification bell to get any new alert if I put up any new video. Now connect your 3 marks with a curved ruler like I have done. And now the front pattern is ready. The back pattern is what we'll be cutting now, and that one is the easiest out of the 2 patterns. Stay tuned to watch it. So I've gone ahead to draw out my horizontal lines for the back pattern. I've got the neckline, the chest line, bust line, waistline, and also my dart line. So on this neckline, I'm going to measure 5 inches just like I did for the front pattern. And on the chest line, I'll mark 1/4 of my bust circumference, which is 36 divided by 4 will give me 9 inches. So I'm going to place 9 inches right here. And I also measured 1/4 of my waist measurement, which is 32 divided by 4 will give me 8. So these 8 inches as well, I'm going to bring it down to the length of the top, just like this. Now connect your chest line to the waistline to the length of the top using a straight edge ruler. And also connect the chest line, the neckline to the chest line, like so, with a curved ruler. Our back pattern is finished at this moment after tracing the armhole. So we're going to go ahead and cut it out just like this. If you have watched this far, don't forget to subscribe if you've not done so, because more tutorials are coming, because I'll be sewing it as well. Also give this video a like, put up your notification bell to get any new video I put up. Thank you. So for the sleeve, place your pattern paper on fold just like this, and I'm going to start by marking 1/4 of an inch at the edge. This is just to make my line straight because the paper doesn't come straight, as I said earlier. So I'm just going to draw a parallel line like so. Now I'm going to show you how to calculate the cap height. Divide your bust measurement by 12, add 1/2 inch. Mine is 36 divided by 12 will give me 3 inches, plus 1/2 inch will give me 3.5 or 3.5. So that's the measurement I'll be using. So I'll mark 3.5 inches from the starting point and draw a straight line. This will be my cap height. The length of your sleeve is your preference. You can decide to make a short sleeve, but I want my sleeve just a little bit above my waist. So I'm going to measure 19 inches for my wrist length. And I'll also draw a straight line. On the cap height, I'll measure half of my arm circle measurement. Or you can put it this way. You're going to measure half of your shoulder measurement. My shoulder is 15 inches and half of it to give me 7.5. So I'm going to put 7.5 right here. Now this is the part that gets everybody confused. Now measure what you got on your cap height. From this length, measure it and mark it right on the edge like so. Measure it on the starting point like this. And connect the mark you just made to the arm circle with a curved ruler like so. On the sleeve length, measure half of your round sleeve. Mine is 8 inches. I divided it by 2, which will give me 4 inches. So I'm placing 4 inches right here. Now connect it with a straight ruler to this point. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Also share and subscribe if you've not done so. I'm going to be making the off shoulder in the next tutorial, so stay tuned.
Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard.